I'm gonna get right into it. I had 2 strokes 2.5 years ago. And I've been wondering why other people with similar strokes have gotten better faster, right? Because I wonder how they have the same thing as me, but recuperate faster than me. My fiance, P. King, figured it out before I did. Hemorrhagic. One word. Hemorrhagic. One word. It sounds innocent, right? Hemorrhagic. But that one word means so much that it made my second stroke so dangerous that only 17%, 17%, I'm saying again so you hear me, 17% survived. Most of the people with the hemorrhagic stroke died within 4 weeks. 4 weeks. 83% died within 4 weeks. And now it makes much more sense to me now that I survived a hemorrhagic stroke, one of 17% survival rate. And so when the day after I woke up in Nashville from my stroke, I woke up with no memory. No memory. I couldn't walk. And this one I've been holding on to. I've had pain every day of my recovery. Every day. Every day. That's over 780 days now. And I've had a pain, the same pain every day, every day, every day. And that's almost synchronistic with my days of running, because I've been running for 780 days outside, no matter what the weather is, for all this time. So my pain outstretches that. So my pain has been longer than I can imagine, and I've been quiet about it. I haven't told you guys about it because I want to deny the pain. I want to deny the pain and then make it go away, right? That's what I was hoping. But all this has led me to handle this with no insurance. Zero insurance. I want everyone to hear that now. Zero insurance. And so I had to ask myself 2 questions over and over and over again. 2 questions. The first question is, won't he do it? Won't he do it? I mean, God led me through all of that, got me through 17%, helped me walk again, helped me talk again, helped me memorize again. Like, won't he do it? Won't he do it? Yes, he will. Won't he do it? And the second question is, where is your money? Where is your money? Where is your money? And I said it a few times because you're going to think it's rhetorical, but it's not. Because you got to think about, where is your money? See, there's 2 choices. Either you're on the very wide track that everyone else is on, everyone, or you're taking it to the 10th degree, right? So let me differentiate these for you. So you're on the big track that everybody's on financially, or you're on a much smaller track to the 10th degree. So 10th degree, I wanted to change that to 10%, make it easier, right? 10%. So just 10%, that's easy math. That's kick the decimal place 1 point to the left, right? So $100, kick it over, that'd be $10, or what? $1 out of $10, right? Just 1 decimal point, right? It's easy to figure out. That's what I'm trying to make my point. It's easy to figure out. So the 10%, is the basics. But you've got to figure out where the money is coming from. I was listening to the song we were playing this morning. What was it? What was it? I wrote it down. Money is coming to me. Right? That's what we were saying. Money is coming to me, but where do you put the money once you get it? Where do you put the money once you get it? That's important. That's important because I was one of the ones. Money was coming to me, and I was doing funny things with it. I was spending it. But what you've got to do is put it somewhere, right? So money doesn't care how it gets to you. Money does not care how it gets to you. Because this is another story of mine. I was working a job, was making $200,000 a year. $200,000 a year. Now that's, you break that out, that's $15,000 per month. Per month. Can you imagine how much money you've got after you pay your bills for a month? With $15,000? I was doing nothing right. I was doing nothing right. But then I started working at DoorDash. And then I started doing everything I was supposed to be doing when I had $200,000. I started doing that when I had hundreds of dollars. And don't you know, it grew. It grew. It grew. So it's important that you do what you do with the money, right? So, because we know that savings ain't enough. Savings ain't enough. We've all tried savings. We've all tried it. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he says that saving often leads to less risk taking, which makes it harder for people to build wealth. So he says, people who work hard and save money often think that investing is risky. I'll read that again. People who work hard and save often think that investing is risky. Now that's the funny thing, because that's what we do. We get our money and we hold on to it. We hold on to it. But that's the tricky part. You've got to let it go. You've got to invest it. You've got to invest it. So once again, I want everyone to nod their head when I ask you if you want to be rich. I want everybody to nod their head. Everybody nod their head. Everybody nod their head. I want to see all them heads moving. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Because the money doesn't care how you get it, and the amount you put aside into savings makes no difference, then what are you left with? What are you left with? Think about it. Do you expect people to give the money to you? Because I did the math. There's only 3% inherited a significant amount. 3% of the world's population, right? So the vast majority, 80 to 97%, are self-made millionaires, right? And I ask you also, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. The Psychology of Money. I have trouble pronouncing the name of Morgan Housel. He said, financial success is not a hard science. It's a soft skill where how you behave is more important than what you know. Now hold on to that. Hold on to that. Ronald Reed was a janitor. I've talked about him before, but in case you missed it, Ronald Reed was a janitor and a gas station attendant who was also a philanthropist and an investor. What? Also a philanthropist and an investor? Stay tuned. 2.8 million Americans died in 2014. Less than 4,000 of them had a net worth of $8 million when they passed away. Ronald Reed was one of them. We're talking about a J.C. Penney janitor, right? He left in his will $2 million to his stepkids and more than $6 million to his local hospital and library. This is a man, sidebar, this is a man who would have people buy him food when he went out to eat because he was so frugal. He looked so frugal. But this man was sitting on $8 million. $8 million, right? So Reed saved what he could and invested it in blue chip stocks. That's it. That's it. Reed saved what little money he had and invested it in blue chip stocks. That's it. From janitor to philanthropist. That's it. Investment. 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 Money comes in, then you got to invest it. The money comes in, then you got to invest it. All right. Let's talk about Richard Bosconi. He was everything that Ronald Reed was not. He was a Harvard educated, Merrill Lynch executive with an MBA. Crane's business called him 40 under 40, right? And with all that left him bankrupt. Bankrupt. And here's Richard Reed, once again, who made $8 million just being simple, sweeping up in JCPenney, right? So what's the difference between Ronald Reed and you? Does he outstrip you? Is he better than you? The only difference is Ronald Reed already started. Already started. That's it. That's the only difference between him and you. That's it. So what are you going to do? Are you going to punch along and get paid nothing for your life? Not enough for your siblings or your significant others or your stepkids or your local library? Because you've got a lot you could do with that money, right? I've got another surprise for you. Millionaires have regular jobs. Regular jobs. We're talking teachers, bus drivers, nurses. Why not you? Why not you? So let's go back to the 10th degree. How do you take the 10th degree? You transform that 10%. Just take 10% of the money that comes into you today and invest it. Let's take 10%. I made it clear how easy it was. Just move the decimal point, one decimal to the left. Take that money and invest it. Take that money and invest it. Take that money and invest it. So all you have to do to move yourself from the 2.8 million people we talked about in 2014 and move it to the $4,000 that had regular jobs with $8 million, because that could be you. That could be you. So I want Rockland CSL to become the congregation with the largest net worth there is. That's what I want. That's what I see. That's what I feel for you guys. I want you guys to be the biggest, baddest congregation that it can be, right? But I need you. I need you to give. I need you to do. I need you to do something, right? So I don't want this to be just a speech where you say, hey, that's a nice idea. I want you to do something. So I'm going to put my phone number in this chat. I'm going to put my phone number in the chat, and I'm going to ask you to text me. Text me. Let's get something going. Let's get this going. Let me get this vision going, because I want to see us, like I said, I want Rockland CSL to be the place where all the abundance is. Oh, that reminds me of Reverend Mel, where she wanted those 40 bags a month that they were given, and she collected over 600 bags in 3 months. Like, that's an investment. That's an intention, setting an intention. So I'm setting an intention to make Rockland CSL the place where we get the large network. So I'm gonna put my number in here, and I'm gonna just ask you to reach out to me if you want to know more, and I'm gonna help you, because what I've discovered is that you need somebody to do it with you. Like, you can do it yourself, because I did it myself, but it's easier if you do it with someone, right? Do it with someone, right? So yeah, so that's what I have to say. Also, your love work, I'm gonna do my Reverend Mel's Your Love Work. Text me if you're interested. If you're interested, I put my number in there, and let me know. Please buy my book, Hack Your Pain Now. Hack Your Pain Now. I have to get my memory right. Hack Your Pain Now. Also, check out my podcast, Get Rich 101. It's like 700 episodes now. It's a long thing, but go back to the very beginning of Hack Your Pain Now, and I'm sorry, of Get Rich 101. And yeah, and if you found value in today's talk, and know of any other event, any other company or any conference that could benefit from something similar, I love an introduction. Feel free to reach out. And that's what I have to say. Ashe.